Hello, welcome. Sword of Convallaria is releasing in just a few days, and I know that a lot of people are excited. I myself was kind of unsure of how to proceed with planning for the gacha portion of the game, but after looking into it for a bit, I've gained a lot of clarity on the subject. On release, we will, according to current information, have almost 30 pulls to re-roll with. Might be a bit less, and require to play for a bit to reach 30. The available banners are the Cole/Beryl banner and probably the Gloria banner. According to multiple sources, both of these banners are around S tier in quality and are still top tier units after 1 year into the game on other servers. You cannot go wrong with either of these really, and both are great for re-rolling on. Beryl is a cute mage with self-buffing, energy regen and heavy damage dealing capabilities. She is flexible enough to possibly even have healing in her kit if you choose to. Cole is the assassin based around the go again mechanic when defeating enemies and being alone, far away from allies. Gloria is the final target available at launch, and she has her banner of justice, rallying all units in the beginning of combat, granting them increased attack, defense, speed, and movement. She's a more supportive unit overall than the other two options, but grants valuable utility, especially in her quite unique movement buff. I just want to say that all of this is speculative and should be taken with a grain of salt. A lot of info is also Google translated, so be sure to update yourself when more official information arrives. Now, I will go through a bunch of upcoming banners and units, so keep yourself strapped. In the first period, we have Nona will debut banner, and the one I will mention in a bit. She's an evasive debuffer with great mobility and decent damage, and she is considered to be around A tier for this game. Overall, good banner. Gloria and Tidon, shared banner. I have my own speculations that this will change on global though, since we're getting Gloria's release banner just prior, and either this banner or the previous Gloria one will probably be changed. Other than that, Tidon is a tank that isn't too flashy or high regarded by the community currently, but he has great tanking potential, and if you like him, go for it. His problems seem to be that he is an offensive tank without the damage to back it up. Overall, the banner is still meta. Next up are the Garcia and Guzman banner. Garcia is not the most meta character, will probably perform decently, and is based on gaining stacks on your weapon to deal the most damage, ramping it up. Guzman, while not the most highly regarded character, is an undead warrior based around the fact that he can survive death once and deal increased damage at low HP. Only pull if you love the character. Then comes Lilywil. She is an archer based around high ground and have some supporting and debuffing capabilities. Although she has some overlap with the free Fakel when it comes to playstyle, she will probably outperform him. But as in all content in SOC, it is a case-by-case scenario. Only pull if you love the character. Xavier and Iana banner. Inanna is a support powerhouse that basically functions like both a summoner and a dancer from Fire Emblem at the same time, having access to both a summon and making and ally act again. She also have healing and buffing capabilities. Overall, an extremely good unit many people probably will roll for. The biggest problem with her here is that she is on a shared banner with Xavier is a middling damage dealer that is based around having lots of enemies around him at the same time. Overall, the banner is still meta. Iggy is on the next debut banner. He is another kind of mediocre damage dealer that also likes the high ground. Only pull if you love the character. The Dantalion and Magnus banner. Dantalion is a mixed physical and magical damage dealer that has self-healing capabilities. Overall regarded as a good unit in around A tier. Magnus is a solid tank and the best one on banner yet. He debuffs all enemies' attack and defense 3 squares around him passively and scales his damage of his defense. Overall, good banner. Miguel My Guy. One of my favorite character designs, but he is quite bad and his kit is unfocused. The one thing he has going for him is his passive allowing him to cross forces that gives him more mobility. This combined with kicking gives some utility at least. Only pull if you love the character. Gloria and Tidon rerun. Then Nergal. After just having the Magnus banner, Nergal is quite underwhelming and generally are in the bottom of the tier list. He generally has a lot of blocking with the intention of retaliation. Only pull if you love the character. Barrel Rirun. Then the Nungol banner, general middle of the pack damage dealer that seems really fun to use, based around using her sniper rifle to deal magical damage at a range. Overall, good banner. Edda banner. Edda is a highly regarded unit in around A tier that has some battlefield control, damaging capabilities, buffs, and debuffs. Her most unique gimmick, I'd say, is that she can summon a box. Overall, good banner. Fycol/Samantha banner. Fycol I won't go in depth since he's given out for free. Samantha is the healer. She can dispel buffs, debuffs, heal, and give some damage and defense buffs. Only pull if you love the character. Then Momo debut. Momo is a damage over time buffer that also grants herself 2 layers of a physical damage barrier each turn. Meta-wise, she is in the middle of the pack, but if you want to go for a full infection team, she's a great pickup. Overall, good banner. Iana and Xavier rerun. Alexi debut. Alexi is a tank that will survive fatal damage for 1 turn while growing stronger. The effect goes on cooldown for 7 turns, so this can happen multiple times a battle. He can also debuff nearby enemies' movement and increase counterattack range, giving that barbarian feeling. Middle of the pack unit, but still quite the good tank. Overall, good banner. Simona banner. Simona is a frost mage with access to powerful movement debuffs and AoE damage. Overall considered mid to high tier. Overall, good banner. Liliwil plus Guzman rerun. Safia debut. Safia is a S tier unit that has the feeling of a duelist. She marks nearby enemies, dealing extra damage to them. She even has a summon available that debuffs enemies. Pull for meta. Dantalion and Marcus rerun. August debut banner. With the units released so far, August is actually the only male unit considered top tier. He gains stacks every turn when he attacks or standbys, and when he attacks with 6 stacks, he loses them and gets another action. His basic attack is also repelling as well. Pull for meta. Thank you for watching this far. I want to give a special thank you to Sephi for his amazing information, since I based quite a lot of my information on his resources. I will link the ones I used below and other sources I used. I recommend them highly. Finally, I wish you all the best luck.